So, how's it going? We are live in the prop shop. There's a bit of a mess. So, how's it going? We're live in the prop shop. There's a bit of a mess, as you can see. I'm currently uh, not feeling super great. I think we would say that the term is under the weather, or I'm sick. So, straight up, I am just also sick. Um, Yeah. So what we're doing today is, and here's the thing. I know this will boost my energy a little bit. It'll make me feel a little more lively. Um, so before we show off that, let's do this guy, right? So like this is what we're making. This right here. This is a thing. Um, this is a knife. This is a knife. For those that don't know, at home, this is a knife. It's a bowie knife. Don't know what else you want me to tell you about this. It's just a knife. But we're gonna make a prop version of this because it is widely frowned upon to take a very real metal sharp knife to a cosplay convention with this as a prop. So what we currently have, is all the foam work done, and this is the knife we have now. The blade is dummy thick. It's way too big. If we look at it this way, we'll see the handle is just barely bigger than the actual blade. And I'm not sorry, I'm not big on that. But it's what we're gonna have to deal with, because this is, whether I like it or not, this is what I'm just gonna paint. That's it. Period. Um, So yeah, but I really dug the way I did the grooves in the handle. I think those turned out super well. I I think so much. I mean, I think it looks so good, but but she's a little thicker than most. That's just gonna be the way it goes. Um, all the weird white stuff on it, that is Quickseal. Quickseal is hiding all of my evil sins and mistakes that I made whilst making this knife. I notice now I didn't put any on the handle. That is fine. It will be fine. Uh, so there's kind of two things. There's two things I like about this, right? Uh, it's already sealed, so it needs to get primed. Well, first we have to sand it, then it needs to get primed, then it needs to get painted. Now, the biggest thing about painting, well, also in all of that, we need to add this little hand guard. You see how there's a slight difference between the two knives? One has a, will you be in Omaha? That's dope. I wish I could be in Omaha playing for their whatever it's called, but I won't. I'll be preparing for Siouxpercon, or at least hoping I'm not still sick by then. But I hope you guys do well. I hope you guys pull better than me, because month 2 for me was real bad. You- Sorry. Like I said, we're working through the motions right now. We are uh, being productive despite everything. So yeah, that's right, the knife. So what are we gonna do today? It's already taken me like 10 minutes. Oh, only 4 minutes. That's better. We're gonna add a little guard. We're gonna sand this stuff down, and we'll get it ready for painting. That's really it. That's all we have to do. So before I lose more people, let's get started. So we don't need this anymore actually. But here's the cool thing is, if you ever want to make a real life prop, right? You want to make a fake foam one you can stab people with, whatever, and it won't kill them or hurt them. Uh, I don't know where to put it. Right here, you can literally just put that knife on a piece of paper, and I was able just to trace out the blade. So it went from knife to a pattern to now foam, roughly, right? Roughly. So yeah. So let's get to it. We need to sand it. Oh man. And see, I always start these like as if I had this great idea that I actually know where all my tools are. I need sandpaper. Let us see. Like, I've 1,000% used sandpaper used sandpaper before, so I know it should be around here somewhere. It's got to be in here. It's definitely in here. I guarantee it. There it is. See, as if on cue. What grit is this? This is. Ah, man, it does not have it on the back. That sucks. Out of all the little sandpaper squares we could have gotten, that would have totally had the grit on the back. This one did not. So we want to just get it back to being smooth everywhere. There are some points, and I'll just take it off with a knife here. There are just some points where I straight up left a little too much quick seal on, where it literally should not even be. So let me just get rid of that without biting into the foam. That's very important. Okay. All of these bits on top. So my thing about on top here is I think what I'm gonna do for the handle, because it needs to have more of a woody feel. Wood as in the material of wood, not Woody as in the toy from Toy Story. I'm going to what's it called? Use acrylic paint. It'll add brush strokes, which will sort of look like wood. I'm totally sure they certainly will. Let's see if we can take. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. So we have one viewer, and that's cool. I'll just ramble to myself, like I'm ever so fond of doing, about some movies I've just watched. As I've been sick today and started feeling under the weather during the events of yesterday, I've watched really about 3 movies, as I'm still partway through one of them. Um, but yeah, these are all relatively spooky movies that are getting me in the mood for Halloween coming up. As we know, October is this Saturday, and I am pumped. Man, that's going to look like such a cool blade. So, the movies I saw, and these are all for the very first time, by the way. None of these are rewatch movies or anything like that. I watched, what was it called again? Sorry, again, I'm a little sick, so it takes my brain. Hocus Pocus. I watched the funny witch movie, Hocus Pocus, for the very first time ever yesterday. It was a solid movie. I think it was funny that none of the characters were really that serious. Very enjoyable. I understand why it has a big following. I don't think I would have. I don't think I fit the demographic for that following, but it was still a fun movie. Um, and then, oddly enough, the movie I watched instantly after it was this movie called Super Hot, which is a movie that was made not based off the Super Hot video game for like whatever VR, but the Super Hot movie is about this pizza delivery driver, which is especially meaningful to me as I used to be a pizza delivery driver. Even though she quits her job as a pizza delivery driver within the first 20 minutes of the movie. Anyways, it's just funny because both movies revolve around a virgin and like a magical book, um, which is just very funny because it's like in Hocus Pocus, a virgin has to light the black flame candle, and then the main witch, Hilda or Winifred or something, uses the evil book to like cast spells and stuff, right? So, in this movie, the book is used to like try to summon Dracula, as all of the evil people are like vampires. It's a very made in the 2020 somethings movie, and you can even tell by a lot of the set decor that it was a post 2020 or a during 2020 movie, which is interesting. I really think that is about the smoothest I'm going to get it, as I don't think I have any smoother, um, whatever it's called, sandpaper. Wow, I like the way that makes the handle look, though. That is going to give me that nice wooden graining feeling for the handle that I really want. Nice, 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 nice. Wow. That is dope. Very cool. I will not do that on the blade, though, because that will make the blade look terrible. But this kind of makes the handle look awesome. Not going to lie. Not to toot my own horn. Not to, whatever. But that looks cool. I like that a lot. All right. Neat. So that's the knife. That's really it. Wow, that was a entire 11 minutes of your time spent with me talking about terrible movies and working on this knife. So thank you so much for sticking around. What do we do now? Now, currently, the next project I have ready is a miniature painting project, which should be fun. Although we could try to do some phone smithing, I don't feel. Yeah, no, I do not. I'm not feeling super duper up to the task of uh, of foam smithing. So, gosh, I love how this looks. I can't wait to get some paint on this, though. Yeah. Although we can make the hilt for it, that little guard I mentioned, we can make that. So let me grab the material for that. I think it's gonna be plastic. I don't think there's any way I make it out of paper. It's just too flimsy. I think we do plastic. Give me one quick second as I have to go and grab what do I want, and or where is it? Okay. Ha. Well, 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 well. Let's just do some fun foam smithing, shall we? So, yeah, let's clear this out. This knife is ready to be painted. I don't need a cross guard to paint the knife, so it's fine. I just want to get that hour in. I want to get that hour of using my brain, of trying to foam smith, of trying to do all this jazz. I want to get that hour in. So, what we have here, um, is a project that I should have done 2 years ago. This definitely should have been made 2 years ago, but we're making it now, so that's cool. Yeah. So, what is the project? You are asking yourself right now, no doubt. I guess no one's asking it because no one's watching anymore. Uh, it is the Doom Blade. The Doom Blade from Doom. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's cut it open. And by that, I do mean, uh, whatever. There we go. And we'll just kind of cut its rough shape out for right now. Boopity boop. This is too much fun. So, more than likely, what I'll do with this uh, is I'm going to cut out first just the long shape, right? I'm going to get the... That's how it lines up right there. Wow, that does actually match up. I was worried that my printer wouldn't let it match up. So, that's what we want it to look like, right? First, I'm going to cut out the entire thing. By that I mean the blade with the head and everything, right? That'll be the middle layer. Might be two middle layers, honestly. Probably going to be two middle layers. And then there's going to be two outer layers of this specifically, and then these little teeth, because those are clearly meant to be on top of a different thing. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell by the pattern, the way it looks, that it's meant to be something else, right? It's meant to be a layer. It's a three-dimensional thing. It's not all flat. So that's what we're gonna do here. I don't think I'm gonna make these little spaces because I don't like those. I just don't. I don't like the idea of how I would have to make them. So yeah, we're just gonna yeah. Second, this is like we have two different versions of it. One where it's all like stacked, and then one where it is elongated. The stacked part is mostly for reference slash what we're going to use to build the body of it out of, right? So tonight, we're really just focusing on the blade itself, not what it will look like when it is all smushed together and it's in its holder. The holder will be built at a different time because we're not building that specific version of the holder. We're building the one for the classic Doomslayer, which isn't this model. This is the Doomslayer 2020 model, right? Classic Doomslayer is the 1993 model. So you're like, Calder, that is all gibberish. What does that mean? Even though they're from the same game, the Doomslayer is a skin, so an alternative look. He has a skin, which is the classic Slayer. The classic Slayer has a different Doom blade than the main Doom Slayer, if any of that makes sense. Basically, he's got a different costume, and in his different costume, his different outfit, his Doom blade is a little bit different, and that's okay. Big shout out, if you want to see an awesome Doom Guy costume, a guy that has been rocking Doom Guy for literally over 2 years, for just like the longest time, check out Doomed Gav. So his name's Gavin. Fudge. I literally just undid what I said I was going to do. I started to cut into it. If I'm being honest, I'm not in love with how that looks. I think I'm just going to make it a cut like that. Maybe. We'll see. But until then, it's going to stay on there. But Doomed Gav does a great Doom Guy costume. So I would say check him out. If you like the Doomslayer, if you like all that stuff, definitely check it out. I was talking about movies a little while ago. If anyone wants to, go ahead and feel free to put in what spooky movies, or just any movies they've seen recently, in the chat. Let me know, because I have been watching some very not scary movies, some very just ridiculously corny, spooky movies. I wouldn't call them scary, but I'd say they're spooky movies. So yeah, like Super Hot, like Hocus Pocus, like Edward Scissorhands, which I had finally seen for the very first time today. So that was really, really cool. So yeah, I think this. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Also fighting a cold, so please bear with me. Anyone that's watching. Do 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 do. Cool. I think that's all. No, wait, I want to do a little bit around here. For a second there, I was like, nope, that's all. But no, it is most certainly not all. Alright, we'll cut out a little bit more. I know this is not interesting whatsoever. I'm losing people. They're dropping fast. But I mean, this is part of the process, and it's so much easier on me to do this than it is to do, like, heavy, intensive foam work. This just looks so cool, man. Okay, we might end it in about 30 minutes if we don't really get anybody, because right now we're just sort of working to work on something. And I don't really need to necessarily be working on something if people are not that interested in it. So, oh man, it's probably just a ton of HeroClix players that just do not care. More than likely. More than likely. And that's alright. You can't care about every single person's side hobby thing, and that's fine with me. It would be neat if we got some people that were like, I'm gonna go to Siouxpercon this weekend, I'm excited. I'd be like, cool, 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 cannot wait to see you there. It sounds awesome. Wow, this is gonna look so cool. This is making me so jazzed for just Doom costumes in general. This is gonna be so dope. Literally so dope. Ah, man. Oh, it's cool. Alright, sweet. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it, I love it, I do. I love it, I love it, I do. Gosh, was that from Elf the Musical? Is that what I just sang from? What's wrong with me? I think that was. That was a little bit from... That was an excerpt from Elf the Musical. I will never be able to forget a single musical number from that show. Oh my gosh. At the very least, I sung the musical number that went the hardest. That is a fact. No one can change my mind. I do not care who is watching. Nobody cares about Santa Claus. That is the song that went the hardest. I'm not going to say it's the best song. I'm saying it goes the hardest. And that is a fact. That is a fact. Now, did I even have the lung capacity to properly do that song? Absolutely not. I could barely hold a note for that long. It was very sad. But still, that song went the absolute hardest. And if you haven't seen Elf the Musical, you don't have to watch it. You really you don't. If you don't like Elf, don't need to watch Elf the Musical. If you do like Elf, maybe you'll get something out of it. I would say for a normal person who is indifferent, no need whatsoever to watch Elf the Musical. But yeah. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is. There's the Doomblade. So speaketh me. Alright, we do have to edit. We have to edit, quote unquote, edit this a little bit. Make a little bit of a change. Gonna have to use the X-Acto knife for that one. Alright. Now we have that, we can see just how well that lines up. That's gonna be how long the Doomblade is. Let me make sure that's how long I want it to be. Because right now we're still in the infant stages of the project. If I am like here, that's pretty cool. I'd say that's long enough. It'll shrink a little bit because of the foam, right? I'll sand it down. It won't be true to form. It's further out than my hand. Yeah, that's cool. That'll be cool. Cool, cool. All right, we cut that out. We are not really retaining anybody, so we can probably... Yeah, we can probably just call it. I don't feel a need to prolong this at all. Yeah, let's just call it. Let's just give it a call. Thank you guys for everybody that tuned in for my little mini live stream. I super appreciate it. Again, when will I do this again? Maybe sooner than you think, because I've got bitten by the crafting bug here recently, so yeah, we'll see, guys. Anyways, happy trails. See you next time. Keep on making all that